Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss Kathy Poppins, the Bourbon Zeppelin column abandoned by Kathy Kuhl before she never turned in column number 1. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Katie Joyce, Tim Swyatt, and Jeff from Iowa.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hello, hello.
Love you, Kathy.
Hello. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about Kathy today.
Without Kathy here.
Yeah, without Kathy here, which is good, because I don't want her, I don't want counterpoint. I mean, yeah, we just want to be able to talk about this.
We only want one side of the debate.
Yeah, we only want one side of any story, of course.
Exactly.
That's how you get it out there. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to talk about Kathy's column that she begged to get in there, and then I helped her out with it, and then she abandoned it. But though, anytime I see her, she's like, next column's coming anytime now. So, yeah, I don't know if it was all a big joke on me, but we'll talk about that after the break. It's just in fun.
I can't wait to talk about this.
I love Kathy Kuhl. So,
I can't wait to talk about this, by the way.
She's awesome. So it'll be fun. But before we get to that, Katie said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Katie?
Yes. So Taylor Swift has been doing her Eras tour. And so this past weekend, she's been in Kansas City recently. And from when we're recording this yesterday, my brother's girlfriend got a last minute call from a friend. They had an extra ticket and asked if she wanted to go. She said yes. So that's like a 3-hour drive from us. And so she said last minute yes. And after she was done with work, was going to drive that way. And so I volunteered just to go with her. I had a friend I wanted to see in Kansas City anyway. So got random clapping going on.
I'm sorry, this that.
So we last minute drove to Kansas City. She went to the concert and then we drove back. I got home 4 a.m. this morning.
Okay.
But she got
just woke up.
Yeah. So she got the ticket for $130, which is really good for Taylor Swift tickets right now. These things are going for like $1,000.
Right.
So my question is two-part. One of like, what price and distance would you go to a Taylor Swift concert?
Okay.
And how does that compare to just like any other concert?
Okay. For Taylor Swift, you're no longer talking about the amount I have to pay. You're talking about how high would you have to pay me? Like you're saying, you can go to a Taylor Swift concert, I'll give you $500. The answer is going to be no.
We're getting paid?
Well, no, I don't. That's not the question.
How much you would pay, but your answer can be.
I would pay zero. I wouldn't see Taylor Swift. There's no chance. You're
not quite the clientele, so you'd stick out a little bit in the crowd.
No. Yeah,
I don't know. I bet we got at least 1 or 2 Swifties in here.
I don't think so.
I'm not one of them, but I'm just saying that there's probably 1 or 2 Swifties.
No. Jeff doesn't make eye contact right now.
Jeff is like,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't even know what she sings. I just know that apparently she's a singer and looks a little bit like an alien to me. It looks like she might be from another
serpent
planet.
people.
And that's all I know about her. And
so
she's
Steve,
apparently very popular.
You'd spend zero and you would drive zero.
Yeah, I would not see Taylor Swift under any circumstances.
Even for $20.
No, God, no, not for 10 cents.
$20 and 1 mile away.
No, I don't. I would
I'm just asking. I'm just seeing if they're.
You would have to pay me. I would.
If they pay you $20, is that enough?
No, that's not enough. 500.
500 wasn't already.
And the concert-
1,000. I would go if I
wouldn't go for $500, Steve.
Well, the concert
Yes,
is like
you would.
3.5
Kansas City?
hours
No, I
long.
wouldn't.
So this is a lot of work time for Steve because the concert's 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
He can
She
work
puts on
during
an
concert, though.
amazing
How about that?
concert. From what like,
Did you, Katie? Are you saying this to see if we're gonna judge you because you actually went?
No, I did not go.
Katie totally went. Katie went.
I went to a wine bar and then hung out with a friend
Yeah.
for a few hours. I didn't. There was
That's
not.
Instagram eligible. Yes, I can verify that because I did see the post come through.
Okay.
Seen
did
friends
too.
in Kansas City. We can verify that.
My
Yes, you
deal
did
is
document that
Thank you.
appropriately.
less
welcome,
than
Katie. Got
20-minute drive, $1,000 plus you got to pay for parking, and I get $100 allocation for snack bar.
That won't go very far.
that's-
Taylor
No,
Swift
it won't
does.
go far. It won't go far.
So that's Steve's.
yeah. There you go. That's what I would take. Yeah.
All right. To see Taylor Swift, I had one of my friends ask me, she's like, hey, do you want to fly to Denver to go to Taylor Swift? And I said, absolutely fucking not. No, I said, I don't want to do that even a little bit. Now, if Taylor Swift was playing in Cincinnati and it was not a madhouse,
Okay.
let's say, and the tickets were, I went and saw Hank Jr. for $35. So I'd probably see Taylor Swift for $40, I guess. And I just got to go to
$40?
Cincinnati and like stand in like the regular place, like Riverbend Music Center, and not be like mobbed
So you're
by
talking about
people.
an hour drive, Which,
Which,
altogether.
say about an hour drive up there.
Factoring in traffic and whatnot.
Yeah, traffic and stuff. But it was not a full like packed house, which is like a normal like place for us. I'd spend $40 on a ticket.
$40.
And
$40.
I drive an hour up
And
to
an hour.
Cincinnati to watch
An hour?
it. Just because I don't know. I someone would have to ask me to do it. Like I would not do it on my own volition. Like someone would have to be like, hey, do you want to go with me? Like I would not just go like, we should go to Taylor Swift.
Like for just the social aspect of it. If someone asked me, to be like,
and also, since Steve got to add in some caveats to his, I will too. I do not want. What I don't want is any fucking Swifties being like, "Hey, do you want my friendship bracelet? Do you want
No.
to be face painted? Do
Right.
you want to be BFFs after this?" No, please. No one can talk to me. At all. Other than the
Right.
person getting my ticket. Like I don't want to fucking.
What if Bill Lewis called and said, Becca, let's go see Taylor Swift.
Nope.
Your cost is going to be $35 in
Nope.
Cincinnati, and I'm driving.
Not going with Bill. Sorry,
You
Bill.
met all your other parameters. You're getting,
I'd go with Donna.
You know,
If Donna
it's gotta be
said,
Bill.
"Hey, I've got a ticket. Do you want to go?" I'd go with Donna. I'm not going with Bill.
You'd see him in there eating nachos.
I
You
love Bill.
know that trip back would be just brutal.
I
You'd be
love
so-
Bill. but
And he'd
I'm
lock
not,
the
I'm not
windows. He'd
going
lock the
to a
windows.
concert with Bill. I would go to a concert
yeah.
with Donna if Donna was like, "Hey, I bought these tickets." Bill says he absolutely will not go. Will you go with me? I go, "Yeah, absolutely." Donna, love you. I would go
Right.
with you.
What about Bill?
Not going with Bill. Nope.
Okay, so there are
Creep
some other
factor
parameters.
goes up
If Mandy
when
Kaplan
guys
called me,
like us go.
yeah, if Mandy Kaplan called me, yep,
Right.
I'd go. McNew called me, I would go. Justine, Katie Joyce, I would go as long as it was not expensive for these tickets, like I said.
Okay. They might have to eat part of
Lenny
the ticket.
called you.
No. What about
If
Lenny?
Lenny called you and said,
Lenny called
"Hey,
you?
I won't even
Swifties,
visit
let's
Lenny
go,
when
we're in
I'm
Denver.
I won't even visit Lenny when I'm within 5 miles of his distillery. So I don't know why I'd go
This
to
is
concert
true.
with him.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
interesting.
this is true." Yes.
Lenny
Amy,
walks in the front door of Neely and Becca walks out the back.
if
Yeah.
Amy, either Steve's Amy or Lenny's Amy called, absolutely I'd do it.
Okay.
But I am not going because I want to go. I would go because one of my girlfriends said, "Hey, I've got a ticket. It's $40. Do you want to go?"
What if
And
I
go,
called you and said, "Hey, Becca, you'll get $500. I'll split my 1,000 with you, and but I need someone to go with me."
I'd go with you, Steve. Yeah,
Okay.
for that,
There you go.
for sure.
There you
Yeah,
go. We're
no, I go
splitting
with you
the-
for
We're
that.
splitting the grand, so that's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
All right,
I'd do that with you, Steve.
All right, Jeff from Iowa. What about you? Taylor
Well,
Swift. Never mind. She'll never go to Iowa. Never mind.
no, believe it or not, she's been like
I'm just kidding. I'm
stone's
sure.
throw from the house. No,
A stone's throw. What the hell is a
Stone's
stone's
Stones through.
It's just a stone's throw from the house.
stone's throw from the old house. But yeah, no, she's been here like 4 or 5 times. I've never.
Oh.
I wouldn't.
Like
I
10
don't
years
know,
ago.
I'd pay. No, actually, she was here the last tour.
I knew we had a Swifty.
There's a Swifty right
Here
there.
he is.
No, you guys.
Oh,
no,
no,
Oh my God, you
guys. I've only seen her 14 times. It's whatever.
Yeah.
She was
I'm
great
just
on the
shaking
Red
this
tour.
off.
Yeah.
But no,
And the Taylor version. It's amazing.
Tim knows the
Yeah,
name
no, I-
of the album.
I know. I think that
Taylor
Tim's a
version.
fucking Swifty here. He just
I think he
listed
is.
those off, and I was like, the what?
Really? Yeah, he is.
Huh, Tim?
He is.
Hi. It's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I'm the problem. It's me.
So I told you guys. I
I've been
told
waiting to use that.
Katie, Steve. I told the both of you
Right.
that there was at least 2 fucking Swifties on here,
Yep, and we
and I
got
was
'em.
not referring to either one of you. I
Right.
was referring to these 2 motherfuckers. I
Yeah.
knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it that these 2 motherfuckers.
So
were
Tim would go. Basically, there's dollar amount doesn't even matter, and he's willing
Tim's
to
paying
travel. there, too.
1,000.
Yeah,
Hey,
guess
pay
what? Guess
1,000,
who's going
easy.
together?
Yeah.
Tim and Jeff.
and Tim.
That's
They're
right.
going as a fucking pair, and
Yeah.
they'll
That's right.
each spend $1,000 a ticket. Oh, it's
Yeah.
3 hours away. For
Right,
for
no
sure,
problem.
we're
We're
going.
there.
Well, they're lucky if
It's
they
not a
can find
problem.
that within driving distance.
Oh yeah.
They'll be flying. They're going to
flying.
Phoenix.
They're going to
Correct.
Phoenix.
We're going to
Hornets.
Phoenix.
So you guys
Yeah.
are going together. So
We're going to get there
Jeff,
early
can
for the
you
merch
just
line
admit
and
that you're
everything.
you're a Swiftie?
No.
Not-
Just
No,
say it
no,
out
no.
loud. I'm
Oh
a
God,
Swiftie.
he's still in
We'll
denial.
accept it.
That's yeah, he's in the
Look,
denial.
he even
phase.
looks like
Raise
it.
your hand
That's
on here if anybody's got a
that's exactly
tween
what a Swiftie would
girl
look
in
like.
their family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this one does. Even she didn't want to go to Taylor Swift. I actually felt bad for Emma, my daughter, because she's like, yeah, Taylor Swift's in town. A lot of my friends are sending me pictures. But she never asked me, Dad, would you take me? Would this be something that we could do or anything like that? I actually felt a little bad because I'm sure that's pretty powerful for that type of figure with the positivity that she brings. So, and I'm a tangential Swiftie due to music being played in the house. But she
God.
did say, well, if Def Leppard comes back in the town, can we go? And I said, absolutely. That's my girl.
Look at that.
That's
Look
my
at
girl.
that.
Def
I
Leppard.
love that he
Yes.
tries to cover up the Swiftiness with like, oh, but look, I would totally go to Def
Def
Leppard.
Leppard, yeah.
Oh, Def Leppard.
And
And I
then,
love Rush.
Right.
Rush is
well,
like
that
my
raises the
favorite.
question of: is there a concert you would go to for $1,000 a ticket where you have to fly to another city?
$1,000 a ticket is way too much for anything.
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
Doesn't matter
the's
who it
no
is.
concert I would go to for that
Right.
Not
$1,000.
$1,000.
No way.
I will fly somewhere for like I drove 11 hours to go see Tool down in like Denver.
It's embarrassing.
I mean, I enjoy
would say
traveling
Tool- would say
anyway, so
Tool's
I'll
fun.
fly. It's
I got free, but I got
free.
free tickets to it. I had free tickets to
Oh,
Tool,
for
and so
free
I drove
tickets.
down.
Yeah, sure.
And like I flew down there for Incubus and Deftones, but
Yeah,
it was like
there
a $200 like ticket.
But you
to
also
fly
lived in
down.
North Dakota. I
Yes,
mean,
we had to
at the
fly
time.
anywhere. Yeah, we had to
Exactly.
Fly
You had to go.
anywhere.
Who's going to Minot?
No,
You know, who-
Air Supply went. Air Supply was up there recently.
Kid
Jefferson
Rock?
Starships playing Fargo on
Kid-
Saturday night.
Kid
you know?
Rock, Jelly Roll, Nickelback.
Oh, Nickelback.
Wow.
Yeah. At the county fair, by the way. Yeah.
Five Finger Death
Becky
Punch.
yelled at an 8-year-old that got on a line. In
The
line.
kid
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
deserved it. Get out of my line, you little shit!
Cut your fingers off.
I'll cut your fingers off.
That's nice. That's nice. So, Katie, you asked the question. What would you pay, and how far would you drive to see the likes
Well,
of a Taylor Swift?
clearly, I would drive 3 hours because I drove
hours is
3
gonna be-
hours just to
right.
pull near the parking lot of the Taylor
Right.
Swift concert. I didn't actually go to it.
Yeah.
Like if they had an extra ticket for the 130, I would have been like, sure, I'll go. Like I got nothing going on tonight. That would have been just like for any concert that love like awesome. I think that would have been about like $150 probably would have been my limit of like if we got to like 200, I'd be like, no, thank you. Like I'll go spend
Right.
$200 like at like a cocktail bar, like having really great night.
That's like
that's
4 drinks at a cocktail bar.
right.
You'll use that $200 to pay your tab at the ABV Barrel Shop.
Part of it,
There
yeah.
you go. Yeah.
So the
Okay.
and I would if it was so I think within driving distance for that though. If it was a band I really liked or an artist I really liked, I would definitely fly somewhere, especially if Southwest went direct. Absolutely, that'd be great. But I'm not paying $1,000 for a concert ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
There's no
don't-
concert that's worth $1,000.
I don't like live music that much to begin with.
Right.
Like I have my
So
special
loud.
earplugs because it's just too much noise. Like it's a lot.
Such an
It's a
adult. Adulting's hard.
It damages your ears. It's
The whole thing. Yeah. All
Like
right.
adjust your headset.
All right. On that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Katie. Katie, what do you
I
got?
have
No, here we go.
at the
yeah,
back
here
of
we
the
go.
table that I'm gonna reach for. I have some
We're all patiently waiting.
Yeah.
Dexter.
Some Dexter. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Decent. Decent.
Not bad.
The microphone was moving from her. It sounded like,
It's like
rolling
swinging
thunder.
away.
Rolling
while it's
thunder.
happening.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Tim, you're next.
And I'm going to go with a single barrel pick out of her friends at Old Hickory Whiskey Bar on Knob Creek Rye.
Okay.
Oh.
Here we go.
So, anyways,
Hey, Jeff Mayo up next.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff from Iowa, you're next. Go ahead.
All right. I've got some Remus Volstead Reserve
Okay.
oh,
left in there.
Laughing already.
a little bit left in there.
A little bit left.
A little bit. It's a full drinking bottle, folks. So you know,
Yeah.
full,
Yeah.
full
Oh, yeah.
bottle.
Oh, it's got a
There
pour and a half out of there now.
Yeah,
So
there
yeah,
Oh, it's a last show
It's
pour right
tall
there.
it is. Yeah, it's a
Almost
tall
nothing
bottle,
gone.
so-
it's a very tall bottle. So yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's really big though. It's
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
large bottle.
All right, Becca, what do you got?
I've got some Wild Turkey 101 rye.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's see.
Basie.
Base.
Basie. Wow.
Nothing. Didn't hear anything.
Oh,
Didn't hear anything? Oh.
No.
I didn't hear anything. Tim.
Katie's got the lead, but I got Art of the Spirits here from the ABV Barrel Shop.
Oh, good.
I'm hoping for good things. I mean, I think that was enough.
Why am I not hearing Steve's? Like I heard
There was a lot of like
I heard a
There's
squeak,
Katie's
squeak,
one.
whoosh.
There was
squeaking.
squeaks. There were squeaks.
Who,
Yeah,
okay,
I heard
Jeff,
the
who
same-
won? Jeff,
him
you're
and I
back
got the
for the
same
first time
thing.
in a while. Who won?
I heard
Oh my
squeak,
God.
squeak,
Go ahead,
whoosh.
Jeff. Go ahead.
Oh no! Really?
Someone that
judge.
you've known forever or someone you just met?
you got to let us know you have to give us the answer of who won the cork pop, but in Buffalo Bill's accent.
Buffalo Bill is going to tell us who won the cork pop.
Or try Becca's German.
No one can do my
Madam
German.
accent.
Don't do my German accent.
do the- do
We'll
the-
get banned for
No,
that.
Yeah.
I think Katie won with her excellent cork ball.
There you go, Katie. You win. You, our
And
rule is
the
you
most
can't.
terrifying win ever.
Yeah. You can't protest. There's nothing I
She's
can
like,
do.
no,
Katie.
thank you. No, thank you.
And he's like, I'm fine actually. I didn't want to win. It's all Steve.
Yeah, no. Don't say my
Oh,
name.
come by and present your trophy.
Yeah. I'll come over in my robe.
Oh my god.
Come over in my van. We're going to deliver it to you.
Get in the van. Yeah, I hurt my arm.
Oh my god.
All right, cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Kathy Kuhl's Bourbon Zeppelin column. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Danny Kennard, which is turning into Freddie Mills. Y'all have a good fucking day because this is the Bourbon Daily. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Kathy Kuhl's epic column in the Bourbon Zeppelin.
Yes, we are. So, Kathy Kuhl comes to me at the Bourbon Zeppelin and says, the Bourbon Zeppelin, and says, hey, I want to write for you.
It's my German accent.
Yeah. And she says, so I said, great. Well, she's like, what's the process? I'm like, you've done it. You asked me, and I said, you can. What do you want to write about? And she's like, well, what do you want me to write about? I'm like, no, I like people, bringing their passion. So they tell me what they want to write about. And she says, I want to go to distilleries and just show up and then say I'm writing for Bourbon Zeppelin and see what happens. Oh, perfect. I don't know what's going to happen. Some may be like, we'll show you Browns. Others may be like,
get the fuck out.
And others, others may be like, well, buy a ticket for the tour and then you can enjoy. So, I thought it was going to be good, and then Kathy never did any, and she even came up with the great name of Kathy Poppins because she was going to be popping in, I thought that was a good name.
That's a good thought. She
Kathy
put
Poppins.
some thought into it.
She put some thought into it.
Steve, the best part about this, so I was looking through the show notes prior to the show, obviously.
Yeah.
Around like 5:30 today, our time, and I'm like,
Hey, same.
okay, one of these, there was something I had to like research, and I'm like, okay, no, not the ChatGPT, okay. Oh, the Bourbon Zeppelin, let's see here. And so I'm like, okay. And so I look back at the last Bourbon Zeppelin, I'm like, oh, no,
Right.
okay, her post isn't in that, okay. Click back
Exactly
on the
what I
next
did
one,
for
I go,
this, yeah.
okay, where, okay, so it wasn't the last
I announced
one.
it. I announced
And so
it there. Kathy Kuhl's coming on next issue.
Yeah, and so then I click
She
in,
told me she's getting ready to do one the next day, and she'd be
Yeah.
in there. So I was like, okay, we'll announce it.
and so I click on the third one down, and I'm like, God damn, how far back is this fucking article?
Exactly.
Like, where's
what I
this
did.
goddamn article? And so I click the fourth one, I click the fifth one, and I go, you know what? I give up. You know what? I'm just going to ask Steve right before the podcast what this fucking article was about. And he can give me a brief summary, and then I can say some stuff about it and be like, oh, it's fantastic. Kathy, you're great. You're wonderful. Now I know it's a fucking lie.
It's just a bitch session. Well, she didn't.
We're just making fun of Kathy.
Yeah, I was making fun of Kathy. Well,
And I do love Kathy, but what the fuck, Kathy?
Get it together.
You can't. That's not how a job works.
As here is Kathy's defense counsel.
Okay. Okay.
Just raised her hand.
All right, let's hear. Yeah,
Since
let's
we've
hear.
chosen to bring up this topic without her here able to defend
Overruled.
Right.
Overruled.
Go ahead. You got to deal with
Kathy
Judge
had
Beka.
no control over that promo going out to saying that her article was coming next. There was no article in hand yet when that said it's coming
This is true.
in the
This
next
is true.
episode.
She told me it was coming, but I just believed her.
A verbal contract still does hold up.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna.
I
find
think
something
I've
against,
seen
in
some
the rule against perpetuities
some
here.
law and orders.
No, there's gonna be some
I've
kind
seen
of
some people's
violation
court.
in the rule against
Right,
perpetuities
people's
for
court.
we added one in for bourbon articles. It now has to be a written contract for those, and there wasn't one. Yep.
Oh,
I'm calling Judge Judy.
yeah.
I think it would have been much
objecting to, but-
worse as well for her to start this and get 3-6 articles in, start to build up, and then to stop. I think that would have been worse. I think just never actually doing one. It was just an idea at that point. It was a discussion, but never actually submitting one. It was.
Remind me to never hire Katie as a lawyer. This is the worst defense I've ever heard.
She's definitely a public defender at this point. Yeah,
You can't make up the facts of any situation, okay?
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, Jeff, does this sound like it would have been a good column? Would you have been excited as you're hearing about this now? That Kathy Poppins?
Yeah, I was. When you released that, I was like, yes.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good. I never read it. I'm finally gonna read it now. No, I'm just kidding. As someone who
I'm finally going to read it. This will be something I would read.
I always just clicked on it, so Steve got the red.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah.
No, I read it. But no, it's. I have no room to tell her that how much of a huge opportunity that you have given her. To do
I
this.
say what a huge disappointment she was.
I have no room to say something about that because I feel like I did the same thing. But yeah, no, it's the thing is I think you get people excited, Steve. I mean, you get people really excited. So if you have anyone to blame, it's yourself for just being awesome. Right. Getting people so excited.
Steve, I was confused because when I first read, like, I didn't like comprehend when I read the our little title, like our reading on that.
Right.
And I was like, who the fuck is Kathy Poppins? And
right.
Kathy Kuhl is taking over her column?
Right.
Is that what I just read? And I was like, okay, Kathy, who the fuck was Kathy Poppins?
I'm like, is this a different last? I was like, this is like a different last
it was
name.
it was a writer
Who was
name.
Kathy Poppins? And I'm
I'm
like,
Kathy
I know I
Poppins.
don't know all of Steve's
It's going to
writers.
be a pen name. Yeah. It was gonna be a
And
pen
then I was like, oh, Kathy, okay. And then I just
Poppins.
realized how disappointed I was.
Right. The
So has she
disappointing
told
thing.
you like what distillery she had gone to try this?
No, well, here's how it went down. So I was getting ready to announce 2 new writers that had both approached me. I've never approached anybody and said, would you write for me or do this? Because it's nobody gets paid. It's just a volunteer thing. So I can't, there's people want to write. That's a creative outlet for some people. They like writing about what they love, and it's a cool thing. Yeah. Katie's giving me the thumbs up. I get it. That's why I don't ask people, because you got to want to do it. And then you do find a lot of times people get to do it. And it's a monthly publication. It comes out twice a month, but I always ask people to commit to one time of the month. The 2 issues are different. They have different writers, and other than me, I tied together both of them. But usually when someone comes up with a column idea, obviously they have a couple ideas typically, and they're the first one, they're ready to go. Second one, third one, it's like, it's getting a little slower, but you get it. And then the fourth one, it's like, this is around this time again already. I'm going to take a month off, and then you never hear from them again. So I get that, but Kathy asked to do it, and then told me, hey, I'm going to go to Stumpy's tomorrow, and I'll get this. And that's when I put out the thing. It's coming and all this, but that being said, I'm giving Kathy a hard time and making a whole show about it. I love Kathy Kuhl, and I don't mind that she didn't do it. That's fine. Kathy's too.
Oh, we mind.
Steve,
yeah, we mind.
I am shocked and chagrined, mortified and stupefied. This trial is outrageous. It is a waste of the ABV listeners' time and money. I love Jackie Childs. What's his name? I'm looking at all the Seinfeld quotes.
That's Jackie Childs.
Jackie Childs.
That's Jackie
Childs. That's totally inappropriate. It's lewd, lascivious, salacious, and outrageous.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he comes up with is great. I'm trying to find some stupid comedy lines. And well, as somebody who has written for the Whiskey Corner, knowing it's kind of an as goes as I'm also about a year and a half late for my next article as well. And I do know I'm one of those probably 4 article people that fade away. Yeah. And I do enjoy the writing part of it. I do enjoy doing some of that. Kathy's is really taking a step where she's got to throw herself out there a little bit, and that's a lot of risk. Walking into distillery, say, hey, I read for the Bourbon Zeppelin. What do you say next?
Right.
Well, I think that if anything, she should talk to Della Fane.
Yes.
Della Fane does a good job.
Della Fane is the most prolific, intelligent, fantastic writer of the Bourbon Zeppelin, and she gets into everything by just using.
She goes to beer festivals and all this.
The media writer here.
Yeah.
Do you understand who I am? I am Della fucking Fane.
And the great thing is, they'll be like, I don't know Bourbon Zeppelin. They're like, she's like, you don't? That's embarrassing.
Goes, have you seen my media pass? Do you know I'm Della Fane? And people are like, we didn't know that the Bourbon Zeppelin was coming out here. You didn't know we were coming out. Where's my pass? And they go, here you go, ma'am. Sorry that we even question you at all. Yeah. And I mean, I think that if anything, like people should just.
Della does a great job. Yeah, she's living the good life.
Take a page out of Della's book.
The funny thing is, Della has been with me the longest on Bourbon Zeppelin. 7 years. She started in 2016 when I started.
Rocks and rolls it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she gets media passes to stuff that you don't even know about.
Right. I know. Yeah.
She just shows up and says, "Where's my media pass?"
Right. I'm Della Fane.
I'm Della fucking Fane, and they
like,
don't question.
And she's like, "What?"
No one questions Della Fane about if she's
public
important.
museum. You can just walk in. She's like, "I need a media pass."
I need a media pass.
Right. I'd be behind the scenes.
She literally like goes to like festivals and just goes, "I'm Della Fane for the Bourbon Zeppelin," and they're like, "We don't have that down." You don't have that down,
right?
Does someone have a media pass? You get her a media pass. Here you go, ma'am. And she just gets everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Della Fane's got it fucking down.
Della does.
The dog agrees. I just heard him bark.
Yep. Now Cooper's agreeing too.
Like, hell yeah. Eddie, no shirt. Della Fane, absolutely.
The most disappointing thing to me about this whole thing is we don't get to see the articles. I would have just loved to see what happened, even one time. And it was going to be Stumpy's, which would be kind of a no-brainer. I mean, they wouldn't have been mean to her. They would have like, oh gosh, yes, come on in. I wanted to see what it was going to be, but that, alas, we miss out on that.
If Kathy Kuhl shows up here as Kathy Poppins, I'm throwing her out. And she's and her article is gonna be so short. It's gonna go.
It's gonna be great. I would love it though.
And I was thrown out.
I'd love to print that article. That would be awesome. Yeah, I could throw it out.
And Madam Rebecca came around the corner.
Kathy
Poppins
with my.
And I was thrown out using a German accent.
Gets out.
All right.
What I think actually happened is that Kathy decided she was only going to put out excellence in making sure that this was a long-running article.
Yes.
And so she was building up multiple articles. I have the dogs playing.
Sure.
And so she was wanting to make sure that she had articles stacked up so she wouldn't be one of those people who only put out 3 or 4 articles and then fizzled off. That she's only going to put out the best.
She's building up the portfolio.
Good quality
work. Fucking lawyer thing to say.
Yeah.
What a goddamn lawyer thing to say.
Has anybody else seen Katie with a filter looking like a cat? This seems like that defense lawyer that had the filter on like a cat right now. Like,
I promise I'm here and live. I'm not a cat. Oh, no shit.
No, you're a cat, actually. No, I'm not a cat. I don't know why it's showing me as a cat. I'm not a cat. I swear.
I'm with you. Kathy wants to put out excellence because we know she pisses glitter. So she's fantastic. And she wants to put out excellence and doesn't want to put out a subpar product. So better to pull the plug and then and wait till it's ready to go at her time.
She's like a fine whiskey.
Yeah.
I get in my own head sometimes, like, if I have to make something for someone and, I want it to be absolutely perfect when it's done. You know what I mean? I don't want to even start.
Your woodworking stuff you're talking here now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Leather, wood, metal, all that stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Kathy now is a cat.
Yes. She's a real live person.
Just like a grumpy lion. Yeah.
You're a cat.
Yeah, Katie, you're a cat.
I don't.
I like when she looks to the side.
She looks to the side.
The app doesn't know what to do. It's like,
that's
yeah.
That'd be weird if it like stuck to a face behind her or something.
The dog's got the cat face.
The dog, that would be amazing. Nope, he does. Never mind. He's not going to participate.
Yeah. No, he's not doing
I was like, don't turn me into a cat, you witch.
Yeah. So there you go.
What a great show.
What a great show.
Spectacular.
The fact we haven't been nominated for whatever it is that podcasts get nominated for is incredible.
How did ChatGPT not come up with this idea? I don't understand. It should have been that. Yeah. Should have been that. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Katie, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Oh God, you can find me living in this zoo over here where I also belong. God,
Midas just tell us where you can find him. Yeah.
You can also on Instagram at Katie Proof.
All right, Tim.
Find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
All right, Jeff from Iowa, Iowa's newest bourbon fan.
Yeah. I don't know.
You can find him on the ABVnetwork.com if you search for Jeff from Iowa.
Yeah.
There we go.
His previous shows, yes.
We did it.
Or send us an email and with Jeff from Iowa questions, because that goes to McNew. So yeah, I like that even better.
She'll not know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Oh my God. Jeff from Iowa.
I didn't know he's allowed out of jail yet. I thought his internet privileges away.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. Miss Beka Sue, how about you? Where can people find you?
Did you ask Tim?
Yeah.
You did?
Covered. Yes.
This is just a fantastic show.
It is.
You can find me on Twitter.
It's stellar.
Wow. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue. 1K, no C's.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, though, is abvnetwork.com. That's where you can find stuff like Jeff shows and so much more, or send them a message through our contact us form. Feel free to send your messages to Jeff via that. That would be fun. And please come by and see us, ABV Barrel Shop. Check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Farnitz will have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bita.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
See you later.
Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.